everybody. It's Heidi.
And Millicent. Hi, everybody.
Okay, Millicent. So we're going to be reading the story of what?
Yes. The Fairies QUERN.
That's right. Good pronunciation. And that's written and illustrated by Geoffrey Strahan.
That's right.
Okay. Tom Coughlin one evening returned to his house, expecting to find the fire blazing, the potatoes boiling, his wife smiling, and his children as merry as grigs.
Wait, Heidi. What's a grig?
Oh, Millicent, a grig is an Irish slang way of saying a cricket or a grasshopper. They were as merry as crickets or grasshoppers.
I see. Sorry to stop the story in the beginning, but...
No, there's going to be a lot of Irish terms, and you just stop me at every single one. So,
all right, I will.
So everybody understands what the terms are, what they mean. Okay?
Okay.
I'm relying on you, because I'm going to be reading, so you stop the story and ask me.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so, all right, they're as merry as crickets.
Yes. Okay. And without doubt, these things are a great comfort to a poor man. But it wasn't Tom's luck to find matters as he expected, for there was no fire, and his wife was scolding, and the children were all crying from hunger.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Poor Tom was quite dumbfounded to find matters going on so badly. For though there were potatoes enough in the house, there wasn't so much as a brosna to boil them with.
Brosna? Wait a minute. Brosna.
Brosna is an Irish slang term for twigs, like wood to burn a fire.
Oh, I see, to cook the potatoes.
Yes, because back then, remember, this is 1904. They were cooking potatoes over a fire in a steel pot, not a stove, but over the fire.
I see. Yes. Okay.
So there wasn't so much as a brosna or twigs to boil them with. What was to be done? After considering for some time, he bethought himself of the great furze bushes which grew in the old fort on the top of Knockenness, and snatching up a billhook, away he went.
Okay, now wait, you have to explain things to me. These great furze bushes...
Yes, they are bushes that have some berries on them, but they're mostly known because they're very wiry and they're very good for firewood.
I see, and then where was he going to get them? Knock something?
Knockenness. So now, Knockenness is a township. It's in the county called Kerry in Ireland, which Ireland is in Europe. You knew that, right?
Yes, I knew that.
And it's pretty much next door to England, in the United Kingdom.
Yes, but how far away is it?
Well, Ireland is about 363 miles by car, if you're driving, away from London, England.
I see. Wow, it's still pretty far.
Yeah, but because they lived very close to that area, he decided to walk to Knockenness, which is the top of this mountain.
I see. And you said he snatched something up. He snatched up a billhook? What's a billhook?
Well, Millicent, a billhook is a tool with a sickle-shaped or circular-shaped blade at the end that cuts down these kind of bushes for pruning bushes and things.
I see. Okay, I understand. So away he went with the billhook in his hand.
Yes. You are so cute. But before he reached the top of the hill, the sun had gone down, and the moon had risen above the eastern hills.
Oh, it sounds pretty.
Yes. Wide and vast was the prospect, disclosed by her wavering watery light. For on the one hand might be seen the Bay of Tralee, with its full, sparkling tide.
Wait, where's the Bay of Tralee?
Well, Millicent, the Bay of Tralee is on the coast in the county of Kerry in Ireland. It's very much on the coast of where he was living. And over there was a high tide, a sparkling tide, from whose verge uprose Sliev Mish Cahir Canrig.
Wow, that sounds like an interesting name. What's that?
Well, it's a mountain. It's the second largest and highest mountain in the Sliev Mish mountain range, which is still in the county of Kerry, Ireland, but definitely at the very top of this mountain that he's climbing.
Oh, wow, I see.
And that vast chain of mountains extending to the west, while the towns of Blenheirville and Tralee slept dim-discovered in the valley beneath.
Okay, so those are towns at the base of this mountain?
Yes. Very good, Millicent, yes. But now on that side, that's what was going on. But he could see all around him. So on the other hand lay the bare and barren sandhills, the wide extending common of Ardfert, and the broad sweeping strand which skirted the billowy bay of Ballyhigh.
Wow, now I know you're going to tell me about these places.
You're so right, Millicent. Well, the town of Blenheirville and Tralee, like we talked about, were at the very base of the mountain. But Ardfert, where the sand hills were, is a very tranquil village, primarily known for its medieval and revolutionary artifacts. And that's why people today go and visit there.
Oh, I see.
Yes, it's also in the county of Kerry nearby.
I see, but wasn't there something else mentioned? Ballyhigh? The Bay of Ballyhigh?
Yes, Millicent, very good memory. So, this is a seaside stretch of land about several miles long. It's a strip of sandy beaches, and there's a dune also that is out there in that little cove area along the Atlantic, and that's called the Bay of Ballyhigh. So he's standing on the top of this mountain seeing all of this all around him.
Wow! Yeah.
So,
that's amazing.
yes, very much so, Millicent. So, let's continue with the story.
Okay, yes.
Okay. So, while far to the west the mighty Atlantic rolled its waste of waters, unbounded and unshackled, save where to the right and left the misty forms of Brandon Hill and Kerryhead, like the horns of a vast crescent, shot out far into the restless deep.
They're talking about the Atlantic, right? So these other places are places that go into the Atlantic?
Yes, very good, Millicent. Brandon Hill is a narrow piece of land that projects out from a coastland and it heads into the sea near the Atlantic. And Kerryhead is a headland, which also is a piece of land that juts out, and it's located in the Kerry County, not far from where we've been talking about already.
I see, so it's all the way around 180 degrees. It sounds like he's looking around at the top of the mountain.
Yes, and I'm going to definitely show some pictures here. How beautiful it is.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Okay, so to continue the story now that we know where we are.
Yes.
So such was the prospect which lay before the unobservant eye of Tom Coghlan, who saw nothing but the old fort, which superstition had taught him to consider as an eerie and a fearful place.
Oh.
But the breeze which faintly rustled amid the bushes was to him a sound of terror, and the distant murmur of the deep booming through the silence of the night which was the sound of the water, I'm assuming, struck his spirit with a mysterious and indefinable awe. But, conquering his fear, however, as he approached the fort, and remembering that his children were as yet without their supper.
Yes, he needed to get that wood.
He raised his arm in act to fell one of the large furze bushes which grew on the embankment, when its descent was suddenly arrested by the sound of a small, shrill voice.
What's that?
I'll tell you. The startled workman, Tom, let the billhook drop from his grasp, as, looking up, he beheld, perched upon a furze bush, a little old man. Oh, yes, not more than 1.5 feet high.
Wow!
Yeah, and his face was nearly of the color of a tawny mushroom.
Wow!
While his little sparkling eyes, twinkling like Kerry stones in the dark, illumined his distorted visage, that's his face, which was surmounted by a long red cap, something in the shape of an extinguisher.
Kerry stones? What are Kerry stones?
Kerry stones are equivalent to a stone that is in Ireland, a deep purple stone that used to twinkle like diamonds. That's what they used to say. So that's the analogy to this kind of a stone they're talking about here.
Wow, that sounds pretty.
Yes. Well, now our author is saying that his sparkling eyes were twinkling like Kerry stones in the dark, which meant his eyes must be some kind of a shade of blue-purple.
Ooh, pretty.
Yes. Well, his body was small and bore no proportion to his limbs. Such was the extraordinary being who interrupted Tom Coghlan at his work, and whom I shall distinguish by the name of Little Redcap.
Oh, I like that, Little Redcap.
Yes.
Oh-hoo!
Said the Little Redcap.
Is that what you'd be after, Mr. Tommy Coghlan? What did me or mine do to you that you should come cutting down my bushes? Wow, I like that. That's his voice?
Yeah, that's an Irish brawl going there, mimicking him.
I see.
Yes. So, then Tommy responded. Why then, nothing at all, your honour, said Tom, recovering a little from his fright. Why then, nothing at all, your honour, only the poor little childer were crying with the hunger, and I thought I'd just make bold to cut a bush or two to bile the pratties with, for we hadn't so much as a brosna in the house.
Okay, I know what brosna means, but what's bile the pratty? What's that?
That's a slang way of saying breaking down the potatoes. Pratties are potatoes, and bile is like what it sounds like, the fluid in our bodies that breaks things down when we digest. So he's kind of being funny by saying he was going to cut a bush or two down so that his children would be able to digest the potatoes that he's going to cook. Because he didn't have any twigs in the house, the brosna.
Oh, I see. Okay, so continue on.
Okay. Well,
you mustn't cut down the bushes, Tom,
said the Little Redcap.
But as you're an honest man, I'll buy them from you, though I've a better right to them than you have. But the quiet way is the best always, so if you take my advice, you'll carry this quern home with you and let the bushes alone. Wait a minute. He's saying quern. Is he trying to give him a thing that you told me about in the beginning of the story?
Yes, Millis Hunt. He's trying to give him a quern instead of having him cut the bushes down. And I'm reminding you that a quern is a little tool that is a grinder. It's a mill that grinds up little wheat grinds and makes it into like a flour so that they can cook with or eat.
I see. So he wants to give Tom a quern?
Yes, he does, instead of cutting the bushes. That's what he's going to buy him with by giving him this quern.
Ah, I see. As an exchange of not cutting the bushes.
Yes. Sorry, it's so complicated.
It's not. It's just interesting. I like the accent.
It's called an Irish brogue. So, quern, indeed, said Tom, at the same time giving a look of astonishment, for it was so small that he might have put it with all ease into his breeches pocket.
That's how small it was?
Yes, so it wasn't the size of a human being. It was the size of Tom,
who was a leprechaun.
Yes. So, quern indeed, he said again. And what good will that bit of a quern do me? Sure it won't buy all the pretties for the growls.
Growls. Oh, wait. I understand everything else, but what is growls?
Ah, that's a slang word for his children. Growls means his children. So if he's saying it won't pile the bratties for the growls, they won't break down the potatoes for the children. Because it's so itty-bitty and small, it won't be able to grind anything. It's so small it would only help someone of his size.
Ah, I see.
Okay. Well, Little Cap responded.
What good will it do ya?
Said the Little Red Cap.
I'll tell you what good it will do you. It will make you and your family as strong and as fat as so many stall-fed bullocks.
And if you won't bile the pretties, it will do a great deal better.
Oh, wait, Heidi, what's a bullocks?
Ah, I knew you'd ask me that. So a bullocks is an adult male, like not a cow, but cattle.
Ah, the ones with the horns.
Yes, the male of the species. A very big cattle he's talking about, a very big bull. So that's why they call it bullocks. It's a male cow. It's cattle. So he's saying,
I'll tell you what good it will do ya. It will make ya and your family as strong and as fat as many stall-fed bullocks. And if it won't bile the pratties, it will do a good deal better, for give you the greatest plenty of elegant meal. But if you ever sell any of it, that moment the quern will lose its virtue. Oh, I see. It's a magical quern that'll give them food.
That's right. It's a bargain, said Tom.